Every morning, the alarm goes off, and for a moment, before the world rushes in, there is a question, a quiet, almost invisible question that floats just beneath your first waking thought. What is this for? Not the alarm, not the task list, but all of it. The waking, the doing, the pushing through another day. You get up because you have to. You move through your morning because stopping is not an option. But somewhere underneath the routine, there is a hollowness, a feeling that you're launching yourself into the day without knowing why, without knowing where you're actually going. This is more common than most people admit. You might have a home, work to return to, people who care about you, and still, the morning feels empty. Like you're going through motions that belong to someone else's life. Most people try to fix this with motivation. They watch inspiring videos, set goals, make plans. And sometimes it works. For a day, maybe two. Then the hollowness returns. Because motivation was never the answer. The samurai understood this deeply, and they had a name for what was missing. There was once a young samurai named Run who trained under one of the most respected masters in his province. Every morning without fail, Rin rose before dawn. He dressed quickly, ate quickly, and rushed to the training ground with obvious ambition and real effort. From the outside, he looked like exactly the kind of student any master would want. But his master watched him with quiet concern. One morning, the master stepped in front of Rin before he could reach the training ground and asked him a single question. "Why are you here?" Rin answered without hesitation. "To become a great warrior." The master was silent for a long moment. Then he shook his head slowly. "That is your goal," he said, "but a goal lives in the future. What I'm asking you lives right now, inside you, before you take a single step. Come back tomorrow, but before you leave your room, sit in the darkness and answer the question again. Take as long as you need." That night, Rin sat alone and thought more deeply than he ever had. Not about techniques or victories or the future, but about who he was, what this day was truly for. What kind of man he was choosing to become with each morning he was given. The next day, he woke before the birds. He did not rush. He sat in the stillness of his room, and he asked himself the question his master had given him. He breathed slowly. He felt the ground beneath him. And when the answer finally came, it did not come as a thought. It came as a feeling, a rootedness, a quiet knowing. When Rin arrived at the training ground, something had shifted. His master noticed immediately. Rin moved with a calm authority that had not been there before. Not excitement, not urgency, something older and quieter than both. "You found it," his master said softly. "Found what?" Rin asked. "Asa no Michi," the master replied. "The morning path. Asa no Michi. It is not a modern concept dressed in ancient clothing. It is a genuine samurai principle that describes the practice of setting your inner direction before you engage with the outer world. In English, it translates simply as the morning path, but its meaning carries far more weight than those three words suggest. The samurai believed that how you begin your morning is how you begin your life. Not symbolically, literally. Every morning was understood as a small death and a small rebirth. The person who woke was not automatically the same person who had gone to sleep. You had to choose who you were. You had to claim your direction before the world claimed it for you. This is why so many people feel purposeless when they wake. Not because they lack ambition or intelligence or desire, but because they have never been shown how to actively choose their direction at the very start of each day. They let the morning happen to them instead of walking into it with intention. They react before they have rooted themselves. And a person without roots is moved by every wind. The samurai did not wait for purpose to arrive as if it were a gift. They built it deliberately, every single morning, through a series of small intentional acts that aligned the body, the mind, and the spirit before the world made its first demand. Here is how you can do the same. First, wake before the world demands something from you. The samurai rose before dawn, not because they were extraordinary, but because they understood something most people never consider. The first moments of the morning belong to whoever claims them. If you wake already behind, already reacting, already pulled into messages and noise and the needs of others, you have surrendered the most powerful part of your day before it has truly begun. Waking even 15 minutes earlier than necessary creates a pocket of quiet that belongs entirely to you. In that silence, your mind is still soft and open. It has not yet been shaped by outside demands. Use that time to ask the question Ren's master gave him. Why are you here? What is this day for? The answer does not have to be grand. It only has to be true. Second, practice Misogi, the morning purification. In ancient Japan, Misogi referred to ritual cleansing with water. Warriors washed not simply to clean the body, but to symbolically clear the spirit, to wash away the weight of yesterday and arrive fresh in the present moment. You do not need a waterfall or a ceremony. Washing your face and hands with complete attention is enough. As the water touches your skin, set a conscious intention. What are you leaving behind from yesterday? What are you choosing to carry into today? This single act, done with awareness rather than automation, signals to your mind that a genuine new beginning has arrived. That yesterday is finished. That today is open. Third, anchor yourself in your Hara. In Japanese tradition, the Hara refers to the center of the body, the region just below the navel. It is considered the seat of personal power, groundedness, and calm. When a person is anxious or mentally scattered, their energy rises into the chest and the head, making them reactive and unstable. When a person is centered and clear, their energy settles deep into the Hara. Before leaving your room each morning, place one hand on your lower belly and take 5 slow, deep breaths. Let each breath expand your lower abdomen fully. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel the weight and presence of your own body. This takes less than 2 minutes, but it physically anchors you before the day can pull you in a direction you did not choose. The samurai described a person with strong Hara as immovable, not because nothing could touch them, but because they always knew where they stood. Fourth, speak your path aloud. The samurai were careful with words because they understood that what you speak, you strengthen. The Japanese concept of Kotodama teaches that words carry real spiritual force. What you say in the morning quietly builds the invisible frame around your entire day. Before you walk through your door each morning, speak one sentence aloud, even a whisper, a sentence that declares who you are choosing to be today. Not a wish, not a hope, a declaration. It might sound like this: today I move toward the person I am becoming. Or simply, I do not need to be perfect. I need to be present. Whatever it is, it must be true for you. spoken in your own voice. The samurai understood that a warrior who cannot name his path cannot walk it with strength. Fifth, begin with one act of deliberate movement. The samurai opened every morning with physical practice, not primarily to build strength, but to unify the body and the mind. A body that moves with intention draws the mind into the present moment. A body that is passive and still allows the mind to drift into worry, planning, and distraction. You do not need to train like a warrior. 5 minutes of slow and intentional movement is enough. A brief stretch, a short walk outside, a simple sequence performed the same way every morning. The repetition matters as much as the movement itself. When the body recognizes a familiar ritual, it sends a signal of safety and readiness to the mind. And from that readiness, purpose does not arrive from. I want to share something with you. There was a time in my own life when mornings felt like a burden. The alarm felt like a summons to a day I had not chosen and could not change. I would lie in the gray light and feel the heaviness pressing down before I had even moved. What changed was not motivation. It was not a better plan or a stricter schedule. What changed was the moment I stopped waiting for the morning to give me something and started bringing something to the morning. A question, a breath, a word, a single step taken with intention. These small things did not change everything overnight, but they changed the feeling, and the feeling changed everything else. The samurai did not wake every morning full of fire and certainty. They woke as we all do, in the quiet uncertainty of a new day. What made them different was not their talent. It was their practice, a path they walked each morning before the world could tell them who to be. Your morning is not simply the beginning of your day. It is the daily renewal of your identity. And you're the only one who gets to decide who walks through that door. The morning path is yours. If this resonated with you, write in the comments, "I walk my path with purpose." Thank you for being here. Take good care of yourself and your morning.